Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Sarah, also known as Quasi Thoughts. If you like this video, I'd appreciate you let me know. I'm kind of looking for things to add content-wise. Right now I'm just going with what I find interesting, but let's just start. So today I wanted to sort of walk through how I'm using my planner to process goals and focus. And let's start at the beginning. So in the back here, I did a little brainstorm on some goal ideas for 2020, or at least the second half of 2020. Better late than never, right? Would have been good to do this in January, but I mean, ultimately the 1st of January is just an arbitrary day that everybody starts planning on. So once I've mapped out my ideas, I go back through and look for themes of goals that I have. So green was kind of work related, pink became relationship related, yellow became health related, and then blue kind of was like organization and my house, essentially. So once I had my themes planned out, I went through on these pages and I kind of developed them into 8 different categories. So here I have relationships, health, routines, finances, YouTube and Instagram, maybe setting up some passive income. This is more of a dream than a goal, but we'll see. I mean, what is it, the quote, a goal without action is just a dream, sort of a thing. So we'll see how I do. This is my work goal, and then I have a learning goal for myself. I'd like to start reading 50 books a year, which is not quite a book a week. I am a pretty avid book like Audible listener, so I think it's possible. So once you have, let me digress. Once you have your goal set out, like I want to establish solid routines that I consistently follow. I have not been very good with consistency. Maybe I'll do a video on my words of the year at some point, but a lot of it involves kind of action. I tend to spend a lot of time in my head thinking, so if it's like a struggle for me and something I want to get better at is actually doing, as opposed to just thinking about or using planning and writing and my planner as a distraction, or it's a hobby, but it's also sometimes a distraction from action. So once I know routines is, let's just say, for example, a goal, then I figured out the 3 categories that I wanted to break that into. And one is to focus on a weekly review so that I'm tracking tasks and I'm keeping myself accountable to all the other goals that I have planned out here. And then I really want to work on my AM and my PM routine. Specifically, I want to start like a good morning pages habit, getting up earlier consistently. I'm so good at both of these already, but like making my bed, really focusing on my skincare. I'm getting close to 40, so seems like something I maybe should have done a little before now, but again, better late than never. Same thing at night, you know, focusing on skin, making sure I'm going to bed at a good time. I really want to work on my sleep hygiene in general, which is controlling my blue light exposure in the evening. It's also a good opportunity to work in some reading because I can do that without any blue light, that sort of a thing. So just being intentional with how I'm spending my time in the morning and the evening. So once I have my goals for the year back here, I come to each month and I want to break it out into a focus and action. And I plotted this out to be 2 different pages, but really I just use it as one set because it's like each goal I gave a little portion, and then I pulled out somewhere between 1 and 4 things that I thought I could accomplish this month under each goal. So here for routines, I want to audit my outstanding work. So make sure that I've done a thorough brain dump for everything I have, both personal and professional, that I need to do. And then start like a master task list. I've got task lists, but it's not like in one location. And I'm feeling more and more pushed that I need everything in one place. work on doing a top 3 every day and then accomplish those 3 things before I go on to anything else. And then my AM and PM routines, sort of starting them, building a habit stack slowly. So this will get added to as like the months progress, right? So that's just one example. This is much more specific than these are back here. This is like a general, hey, by the end of the year, I'd like to have these accomplished. This is like, hey, in May, we want to accomplish this. So once you've got the things you want to accomplish planned out, I pulled this tending list from SM Plans. I think this is all over Instagram and YouTube. And I just pulled out a quote that I really like. My top priority is my routines. And then I listed some monthly things I'd like to accomplish. I haven't really filled this out. I've done a little bit of work on some of them. And then I have like weekly things. So I'd like to post a video weekly, maybe start just 5 minutes of yoga a week, start walking with my husband, work on having like a family fun night, that sort of stuff. And then I've broken out my routines. This month, it's kind of split. So part of it is showing up in my tracker and part of it is showing here. I think going forward, I'd put them all together in one place, but I'm thinking when I set up June, this will be one spread, something between like all the things I want to track and my tending list specifically. But that's the beauty of a bullet journal. You kind of use it and figure out how you want to use it as you go forward. So I've gone from figuring out what I want my goals to be, so mapping my goals, to focusing on what I want to accomplish in May, to figuring out how I'm going to track it. The next step is to do it. So for that, you come to my planning pages and I just reference these 2 pages when I'm setting up my plan for the day, which is really what my daily pages are. It's just a free space where I can plot out exactly what it is I want to accomplish in a given day. And then I like the cross through method. It feels final, or strike through method or whatever. So, you know, I cross things off when they're done. And that is how I'm keeping myself accountable. And then at the end of the day, I'll go back through and make sure I've ticked off everything that I've done in various places. So that's how I'm using my Stalogy to keep me accountable and work on, you know, little baby steps at chipping away what are honestly some pretty big goals that I have for the year. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'm also very interested in seeing how you all use your Stalogies for goal planning. Do you goal plan in them? All that sort of stuff. If you liked this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit like and subscribe. All that standard stuff, no pressure if not. Thanks. See you next time.